Hello, everyone! How are you today? How are you guys today? We are good. We are in snowy.
I'm not gonna lie. Not winter funk.
We are definitely going to be talking about that today because we are ready for some sunshine around here. You are here watching Inside the Hoop. Guys, we have an official name.
Isn't that the best?
Exciting.
This is so cool now.
That's how this should be called. And, our marketing team, put their heads together.
They're so
like they are.
They are.
Inside the Hoop. And you're
That's it.
That's it. Inside the Hoop. Of course, I'm Kim from Kimberbell, and we've got
Deanna.
And Ginger. If you missed our first episode of whatever we were calling it at the time, I had these guys introduce themselves because you don't see them as often as you see me. So let's go ahead, since we're now officially official, go ahead and just share with the audience who you are and what you do at Kimberbell and maybe a little interesting fact or two.
That could be tricky.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Deanna Lindley, and I have been with Kimberbell almost 4 years now. This summer will be 4 years. And I started out on the finance team, so maybe I've talked to some of you.
Crunching numbers.
Yes.
Does not sound half as fun as what we're going to be doing.
No, not even close. Not even close. But I loved my time there, but I'm so excited to be on the sales team now and working with this amazing group of ladies and getting to spend more time with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what's so fun about Deanna being a part of this show is because Deanna is a total newbie.
Yes. I don't think you can get any newer than me. I think this today is the third project I have stitched in my entire life.
Which makes you perfect for a show like this.
Well, it makes me relatable, I think.
Yes.
If you are in the same boat, we can compare notes. Yeah. We can talk about our faux pas, our little mess ups, what not to do. That's what I'm here for.
Tell them about the mess ups. You just pretend these happen. And this is what you're going to learn. Never let them see you sweat.
That's right.
If something goes wrong on camera and it's live, you just
go with it. You act like that's exactly what you meant to do.
Because I think they all can relate. Yeah,
absolutely.
She says, we all started somewhere.
Exactly, and I started from nowhere. So here we are.
Okay, Ginger, what about you?
Okay, so I am Ginger McLeod. I have been at Kimberbell just about 5 years. It'll be 5 years in May. So just a few months away. I'm so excited. And I have loved my time at Kimberbell. So I started out in customer care and then have moved to focusing on events. And then now am the certified events program manager as well as an executive account member on the sales team. And I love Kimberbell. So, and some of you have seen me doing instructional event videos, which has been really fun.
Yeah, you have a really fun job because those events out there that your shops are doing,
yes.
She plays a key role in making that all happen.
We love our Ginger.
So yeah, we hope that you guys will feel like you're our friends, right? And that we're sitting around this kitchen table here
together,
shooting the breeze and messing up
and learning about embroidery.
And learning about embroidery. Of course, today we're going to be talking about life is better in full bloom. If you guys watched What's New Wednesday yesterday, I kept messing up the name.
I know I mess it up every time.
There's too many.
We like 3 words,
right?
Yeah. If it's more than 3 words.
This is definitely life is better in full bloom. And you guys alluded to this at the beginning. The weather outside is frightful.
It is.
It's
snowing
terrible.
Today. It's raining.
We're into almost April.
We are just willing spring to come so desperately, and we are so excited to talk about this today because Utah weather is not cooperating.
No, not at all. If you're wondering about what is this life is better in full bloom, how can I get it? What are you guys going to be talking about today? Ginger, go ahead and show them, and then we'll. There it is.
This is our gorgeous pillow.
Make sure you see that little caterpillar front.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Andrew, we got Andrew in the background here. You guys all know Andrew. So he's going to get some up close. Yeah, there's lots of people loving the caterpillar for sure.
He's a cute little guy.
Details on these blocks.
Yeah.
Mushrooms and those pieced roses are gorgeous.
Yeah. Ginger, go ahead and tell them, how can they find this?
So if you would like this, you can go to kimberbell.com and into our digital downloads, and you can purchase the design for that there. And then you can also purchase the background quilting designs there as well, if you would like. And you can purchase that as a bundle.
Yeah. You know, those background quilting designs, they're optional, right?
Mhm.
And so they're not part of the actual download itself.
Right.
It's an optional thing because some people like to do it on a long arm machine. Some people like to do their own take on background quilting on their sewing machine. And so this is an opportunity for you to go, you know what? I want to get it all done on my embroidery machine just like that as I'm making the blocks. So we're going to be going over some tips for that. Ginger's got a tip. I've got another tip for doing the background quilting depending on what type of block you're doing. And then we're going to show you some inspirational type ideas too.
Yes, our favorite.
Yes, because you know, we want you to see beyond just this pillow. Lots of people make the pillow for sure. And my goodness, I'm going to finish making the pillow too. But whenever I buy something, and I think you guys would all agree, don't you want to see what else you can do with it?
Oh, totally.
Well, and you want to feel like when you buy this project, it's not just one project.
Yeah.
There's project after project after project, and so many different things
Yeah.
that you can make with it.
Yeah,
It just makes you
absolutely.
feel like you're getting more for your money.
More bang for your buck,
Exactly.
right? More bang for your buck. And with the background quilting files, those, of course, are things that you can use beyond this project as well, because you get
Absolutely.
all the sizes. So we're going to be talking about all of that today. Oh my goodness. And of course, if they have a shop that they want to support through their affiliate link, they can absolutely click on that shop's affiliate link and purchase those as well. And
Yep.
you'll get it
Just
immediately.
Another way to send a shout out to your favorite shop.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, shall we go ahead and get started?
Oh, yes, we have so
All
much
right.
to talk about
Okay,
today.
where should we start? Should we go with you, Deanna?
Yes, let's start from the very beginning.
Okay.
Okay,
We love you. We love, like I said, we love the newbie out there because, you know, it's just fun. The other day we got together to go over this, and the excitement in your
Yes.
voice, you were like, I need a machine,
Yes,
right?
see, I don't even have a machine yet, you guys. I'm working on
pretty
it.
cool. All right, so tell
Yes.
us what you did.
So, you guys are going to, for those of you that saw us last month, you're going to think, okay, here she goes again with her tea towel. But
That's okay.
for me, when I look at that pillow, I love it and I'm so excited. And of course, I want to do the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But my brain gets a little overwhelmed because I'm brand new and I'm looking at all these different details and stitches and different applique and different things that we'll be doing to make the pillow. And sometimes my brain just gets a little like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So for me, it's fun to pick one of the blocks and just do it on a tea towel.
I love that. I love
So
that.
this is my second tea towel.
Yeah. Hey, you're now going to have one for every
Yes.
right?
And you guys,
Nothing wrong with
because
that.
it is taking so long for spring to get here to Utah, I wanted to have something bright and cheerful to put in my home. So I absolutely fell in love with this yellow tea towel.
Yeah.
That's such a fun choice.
And as you can see, I just took the little watering can block and put it on a tea towel.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. There's so many different techniques and things that I learned just by doing this one simple design.
Yeah.
So
what
first of
what are
all-
the techniques.
So first of all, let's talk about stabilizer. This was so fun for me. I was so excited because guess what? It's wash away pre-cuts. So it was already cut for me, which when you're a newbie and everything just seems so daunting,
Right.
to have one step done for you that you don't have to worry about was a lifesaver.
Yeah.
So kudos to the wash away pre-cuts.
Right. You also used, I think when you were at the house, you actually used a sticky back wash away.
Yes. So the sticky back for the watering can,
Mm-hmm.
and
Or
then
no, to put the
oh
actual towel on.
yes, that's right.
Yes.
I learned a new. What would you call it? Technique.
Stabilizer technique.
So yeah, first of all, so I used the sticky back.
Yes.
And then you can float. Now, those of you that know what a float is in the embroidery world, But for those of us that don't, what it allowed me to do was the hoop, you put the sticky back inside the hoop and close the hoop. And then I was able to just take my tea towel, and it was really simple. I just folded it over in half like this. It's going to be a little bit harder to show with my design now, but I was able to fold my tea towel in half like this, center it in that hoop, and then just unfold it right on top of that sticky back and just press it down. And that was all you had to do.
So this right here that she showed is your wash away, and that certainly could work too if you were hooping it all together.
Right.
But she also used a sticky back wash away, which gives you the same features as a great wash away, but now she could float the design.
And that comes in really handy, I have learned, if you're doing a towel or if you're doing minky or something that's a little bit thicker fabric. You don't get that dent in your whatever you're working on. You don't get that munched up feeling that you...
I think they call it hoop burn.
Okay,
Which
hoop
is a
burn.
good term for me,
Right?
too.
Yes.
Burn.
So it helps with that hoop burn. So if that's something that you're worried about, you're working with a fabric or a cloth that you don't want to worry about that, this is a great tip/trick. We call it our pro tip. Great pro tip. So that was the first thing, was learning how to float. The next part was these really fun chenille flowers.
We have a question.
Oh,
okay.
We love questions.
We do have questions.
Okay, over here, we have a question. Are there special washing machine instructions once it needs to be thrown in the washer for the wash away?
No.
The fun thing is it doesn't really have to go in the washing machine.
You just sprayed it, right?
Yeah, I just sprayed it and it comes right off. And in fact, we'll talk about these flowers in a minute, but there's another trick. I actually, for the flowers, just got a wet paper towel and just pressed it to the back of the flowers. But we'll talk about that part in a second, because that's a little bit different.
A great question. We should
That is
give
a
a
great
shout
question.
out to our Megan in the background too.
Yes.
She's moderating the comments, and she's going to help answer your questions too. So thank you, Megan, in the background for doing that. Okay.
We love her, Megan. Okay, so back to our chenille flowers.
Pull that up there.
So we got to lift this up here. So these are so fun. We're going to see if Andrew's going to get in close here for us. But look at these fun flowers and how they just fluff up. So if you guys haven't done chenille before,
Ginger's going to show
We're
us.
gonna talk about that.
Ginger is going to show us in detail how to do that. But this was another fun thing that I got to do for the first time. I had never done chenille. So this was a fun project. And then over here you can see we've only just done this. Oh, clear over here. Here we go. This little flower. This is another technique. It was on the flowers that we did last month as well. But as you see, when they're first stitched, they lay down flat. And we have this fun, awesome, this is the other wash away that I love. It helps us newbies out so much. But it's a water soluble thread. And so we used that for our bobbin thread. And then this is what I was telling you about just a minute ago. You just get that wet paper towel and press it on the back of these flowers, and it dissolved that thread. And then you can just fluff them up. And you get this really cute fringy flower.
Ginger, wasn't it so fun watching you?
I was like a kid at Christmas. I was like, oh my gosh,
So fun.
I have to have one of these machines.
I
love
to do
So
this.
Kim's on the phone trying to hook me up.
I know. I know.
She knows someone.
They
But
can help you with that.
it was a lot of fun. And that, and I think for the first time in my career at Kimberbell, I finally have experienced the joy of creativity.
Oh, that's awesome.
You don't get that with numbers.
Yeah, see,
No, you don't get that
says
numbers.
those flowers bloom.
Yes,
They
yes.
do.
I love
Absolutely.
that. And you kind of feel like that in the process as you're making them. You're watching them bloom.
This one, let's see. Carol says, I love the idea of using the water-soluble thread. It's been hard for me clipping the bobbin thread.
Yes.
You've done it both ways.
I have done it both ways.
Yeah.
And because I kind of messed up. I know we're not supposed to share mistakes, but I'm going to share with you. I wasn't following the directions as closely as I should have. And I forgot to switch out the thread one time. And so, yeah, trying to figure out and make sure that you have the correct thread that you're clipping is really intimidating, especially as a beginner.
Yeah.
So that water soluble just makes it so easy.
Now, let's give a tip on what you did with the fringe. What did we do the last?
I know, it was a French flower.
It was a French flower. Oh my gosh.
You guys, that was so
That was
last
so
month.
like 3 months ago.
It was so long ago.
No, we did a French
Andrew,
flower.
what did we do last month?
And Deanna shared it. We're all getting old, you guys.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, don't ask
Did
me.
you hear?
Hello.
Yeah. Oh,
It'll come to me.
let
Yes,
me
with
go.
all you tweet.
sweetheart.
Yes, go Andrew.
Goodness. Oh.
Yes, but that had the French flower, one of those large.
So if you're wanting to, oh my gosh, I can't believe we just.
That was really
all 3 of us,
embarrassing.
I know, we're just like, what did we do?
We're all knocking on 50's door. So there you go.
I'm already there,
that
guys.
is why.
Oh,
Anyway.
Anne got us. She said the tweet her.
Thank you. Yeah, you did do a tutorial, a little mini
Yes.
tutorial on doing that French. So
Yes.
I would encourage everyone to
Go back and watch that one.
Let Me Call You Tweetheart.
Yes.
Yes.
Now that we know
With
where
the
we're
3 of
going.
us. And you did share how to do
Step-by-step
that.
instructions and
Yeah.
how well they were laid out in the instruction. And again, with this pillow, the same thing. The instructions are laid out so well. And they're highlighted even.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that makes it jump out to you and be like, okay, this instruction is going to be a little bit different. I really need to pay close attention.
Yeah. Okay. So Ginger, since we're
Yes.
talking about the chenille,
The Chenille.
Yes.
that's a good segue to your.
Yes. All right. I'm going to head over to
segment.
the machine.
Show us firsthand,
so I
Ginger.
can show you some tricks about that.
Okay.
And while Ginger's getting set up, Kim,
Yes.
Let's chat.
see.
Let's ask pressing questions because we told
inquiring
you
minds
that-
want to know.
Yeah, this is all about being friends, right? And we're going to talk.
We want to get to know you
very
just a little bit
deeply.
better.
So in the comments, we're going to ask a question, and you guys go ahead and
Yes.
We'll tell you what our thoughts are as Ginger's getting set up.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so the first question, we love these would you rather questions,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So this morning I was thinking, would you rather embroider / quilt, okay? Would you rather do that on a cruise ship for a week, or would you rather do it in a
Ooh.
cabin for a week?
Hmm.
What do you
Kim,
think?
what would your preference be?
Oh my goodness. Okay, I kept going back and forth.
I know, because there's pros and cons to each one,
For
right?
sure. When we're in weather like this, I'm like cruise ship all day long.
Yes,
right?
get me some sunshine
sun.
ASAP.
But at the same time,
Yes.
weather like this, and I think, oh, I want to be nice and cozy in a cabin.
Yes, and if it's not so pleasant weather outside, I'm much more apt to just love the idea of just sitting at my machine and just working on a project. I'm
Oh my
kind of
gosh.
like you. I
We're-
think I would be the
We're
cabin.
all over the place here. We've got
Cabin would need a cook. I love it. You and me,
true.
girl, we're on the same page. 'Cause
that is true. You would have to make your own food in a cabin.
yeah.
Yeah. Now you've got me thinking differently.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Carol says, let's see, what did you say, Carol? I love the idea of both a cruise and a cabin, but I'm thinking
Ooh.
more people would attend a cruise. If it's only me, I'd stay home or take a cabin.
Yeah. So it depends. Do you want to hang out with friends and so, or do you want to go be secluded and cozy and?
Or you could
In
do
a cabin.
both.
That's
I mean,
true.
come on.
I have
Let's
done
all
that
go to a
before.
cabin and let's all go on a cruise.
Yeah, hook
I
us
say
up.
both, right?
Yes.
Gayla says, in a cabin. I'm taking my machine to ours this summer. I can't wait. Gayla, can we come?
Yes. Hook us up.
We're there. We're totally
We're your friends,
there.
remember?
Absolutely. Okay. Shelly says, in a cabin, I'm not a water girl. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can understand that too. And Cheryl says, it depends on the time of the year.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great
So
point.
you're thinking cabin,
I'm thinking cabin.
but
Yeah.
with a chef.
Absolutely. I love that someone, brought that up to me before I was there and thinking, oh, what the heck? I guess I'm just going to eat this bag of chips because
Right.
nobody wants to cook.
I think no matter what, it's the idea of you being secluded to just not secluded from people necessarily
No.
or friends, but it's that you like have focus, right?
Yes, you
That
can turn everything else off and
you
just
don't have to do laundry.
no.
when
You don't have
you're
to
on
you don't
these
have to
trips.
fix food for your kids.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay,
Yeah.
keep chiming in. This is fun
Yes.
to see your comments. In
But
the
I think
meantime,
Ginger's ready.
Ginger, are you?
just need a cameraman.
Okay. Is Andrew's dreaming about being on the cruise ship. That's
Yeah.
what he's saying. So we'll get Andrew in there, and then he's going to head on over to Ginger.
Right up close.
We want to see exactly what Ginger's
Oh,
doing.
look at this one before we go to Ginger. I'm
Yeah.
liking this. Shannon says, could we get an entire Kimberbell cruise ship and store for a week? Yes, I would choose a cruise, a Kimberbell cruise.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to talk to.
Done.
We're there.
Let's do it.
We might have to talk to Ryan about that one.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this is fun to see, guys. Okay, we're ready.
Okay,
for you,
we'll
Ginger.
let Ginger do her
All
thing.
right. Okay, so I worked on the watering can block, and I actually learned how to do the background quilting on the block by block method. So I'm going to show you on our machine how I layered those two designs over each other. So you can see I've got my USB pulled up, and you can see that it's got the Life is Better in Full Bloom Quilting Bundle. So I'm going to open that. And it's the one Kimberbell or the KDQ 165 Spring 2 Kimberbell Quilting design. So I'm going to open that file. I'm going to do the block by block method, and then I'm using the PES files. So I am looking for the 6x6 square quilting. So there it is right there. And in my hoop, I've hooped a piece of the light mesh cutaway in an 8x8 hoop. I have to go bigger on my hoop so that it's got enough room for the background quilting to go in there. You need to pay attention to that embroidery filled size and not just the block size, because the embroidery filled you want to be embroidered on the inside.
Can we switch your mic really quick?
Oh, my mic is not working.
This is when you guys know we're really live.
Yeah.
Okay, is that better? Can you hear me?
Is that better, Megan?
Can people hear Ginger?
How about now? Try that.
Can you hear me now?
If you can hear Ginger,
Iffy? Okay.
Give us a thumb
well,
up, thumbs down.
we're still waiting for some comments. Let's see. They're coming in. If you can hear Ginger, let us know. Audio is good. Yes.
There we go.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, do you want me?
Clip that to your sweater.
Okay, well, I'll just put it in. All right, that'll be a little funky, but it'll be okay. Okay, so do I need to repeat? Are you guys feeling like I need to go back and show you what I did?
Let us know if you need Ginger to repeat, go back, or if you're good moving on.
Looks like we're good.
Okay, perfect. Because I can't see what's going on over here. So, okay, so I have my 6x6 background quilting, so I'm going to hit set. And your machine might be a little bit different, but they'll also be really similar. So then I'm going to hit add, and I'm going to go back to my USB and get my design file that we're going to be stitching out. So I'm going to select the watering can, and I'm going to hit set. So you can see how those are layered over the top of each other. Now, sometimes you might have to shift your design a little bit, but for this one, they just both needed to be centered, which they are. And then I can just go ahead and hit embroidery. And then that will allow the background quilting to stitch, and then it will go ahead and move to the flower or the watering can design. So the other thing we're going to show today is our chenille flower. So I'm going to skip ahead. Let's get too far ahead. We just want the color change. And let's see, we are on step number. I just want to check my machine step.
Well, it's going to be a little different, Ginger, because you've combined your background
My
quilting.
background quilting, that's right. So,
And Ginger, you've already stitched out a portion of this, right?
Yes, I've stitched out 2 of
Go
them.
ahead and show them what you've already
Sure.
stitched out.
Okay, so can you see what I stitched out? And there's just the one chenille flower left to do. So let's show you how to do the
For
chenille.
those of you that are asking, she is using the Baby Lock Meridian today.
These seam over here, but you can see that you're going to have these basting stitches around your design. So you're just going to want to go ahead and pick those out so that you don't have those in your machine. Let's see. Deanna, you had a little.
Here, I have a handy dandy tool.
Okay, so we can just pull out these basting stitches. It should take a minute. It says in your instructions to stitch it. You can see here on the red one, I stitched it with a visible thread, so it's a little bit different, so I can see those threads really easily to pull those out. And it's just your basic basting stitch. Andrew, is my hand in the way? Can you get in there? Close. Okay, let's see if I can get this one, and then we can show you the chenille technique really quick without having it all done. Okay, so I've got that one. So this is a slash cutter, which is really handy for chenille. And this one is by Clover. There's other ones out there. So you're just going to slide it in between. You want to get, there's 3 layers of fabric, and you're just going to slide it in there.
So Ginger, explain that you laid a base fabric first,
Yep.
and then added your 3 on top.
So you lay your base fabric down, and it does your decorative stitch around that, and then you put your 3 fabrics on top, your other 3 layers of fabric, and then it will do your basting stitch on that. So then you stick your clover slasher down. This one is not wanting to cooperate with me.
You'll want to, here, let me come over. It's probably easier to do that off of your machine, but what you can do, and lay it on a flat surface, you want to hold and then just,
Oh, there we go.
Just be a little aggressive,
You just
Ginger.
have to be a little.
Yeah, show them who's
But
boss.
then the fun thing is, so then that cuts it, and then you can take one of these really fun wire brushes. This one feels more polyester, but some of them are wire. You can get all different kinds of brushes, and then you're just going to brush over it, and it's just going to fluff up those fabric ends, which will give you that fun chenille technique. And you'll do that on all 3 of your flowers, so that it gives them that really fun puffy look, which is such a fun technique, I think.
yeah,
So, okay.
there you go. Thanks, Ginger.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that really is a fun technique.
It is, and it just adds a fun flavor, and I love anything that makes it 3-dimensional.
Yeah, it's just that little extra step,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so very step-by-step
Yes.
directions are included in that download. But I loved that Ginger was able to show you just how easy it is
Right.
to get that chenille look.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's all just with fabric
Yeah.
and cutting.
So fun.
And those little tools really do make a difference. They make
Mm-hmm.
it so simple.
Yeah.
The right tools for the right job make
Yes.
a big difference.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Okay, so we've got your tea towel. You
Yes.
showed us chenille. I'm going to show you about piecing that rose. And so to introduce that, let's go ahead and share the pillow again. And then I'm going to show you what I did to make something else with that pieced rose. And then we'll talk about putting that quilting on it as well. All right, so this is what I'm talking about here are the pieced roses. Isn't that fun? And as I looked at that, I'm like, you know what? That would be so cute as.
We talked about a few different
we
things,
talked
but when
about some
she
of the
mentioned
things.
this one, we were all like,
yeah,
yes.
I actually was initially thinking about doing a sachet. Like you take and so I would suggest to everyone out there, a sachet would be so cute, right?
it would be.
Yeah.
Some scent, some rose scent.
Yes.
Do them for like I know there's lots of weddings coming up soon.
Yes.
What are we doing for a bridal party,
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, yes.
So many
But
fun
then
gifts.
Ginger was like, but what about a pin cushion? And I went,
That's it. That's
it.
the one.
So there we go. Here's the pin cushion that I made with just a rose. Ginger knows I love to collect pin cushions.
She does.
So this is going to add to my collection. I used the little dimensional leaf that you do on your embroidery machine. And then of course because it was a rose, I had to also use our bloomin' pins. You can find these at quilt shops. This of course came out with our
So delightful.
project, but there's some extra pins that you can purchase called bloomin' pins. I took a few of them out of that package.
And look at them.
And
Show
there we
them this
go.
way so they
I
can see
think
those
they're
pins.
so
Look at these
adorable.
cute pins.
Did you guys know that we made these especially to match our vintage Flora fabric?
I did not. That's so
I didn't,
fun.
but
If
so cute.
If you look at the vintage Flora fabric, these are
we'll
the
see those
exact
same flowers.
in there.
Oh my goodness.
So here's what I'm going to ask you guys for your input, and if you guys have any other ideas. But I thought, okay, pin cushion, a little rose pin cushion. The theme that immediately came to my mind was everything's coming up roses.
Oh,
right?
cute.
So
So
kind of
fun.
a little saying there. But then I was thinking, how cute would it be as a gift, again, for Mother's Day or for your friends or whoever, that you could have a little tag that would say something like, if friends were flowers, I'd pick you.
I love
Right? So what do you guys think would be a cute little saying that has to do with maybe flowers or sunshine or something or pins and
Or blooming.
something to put together with a little pin cushion to gift to someone.
Oh, I love it.
I love
Do you
that
have any
idea.
ideas? What do you guys think out here?
I think that
Let's
is such
see.
a fun one.
I'd love to hear some of theirs.
Yeah, there's
Oh, they're loving the vintage Flora fabric. I see.
Yes.
It is a really pretty fabric line, absolutely. And of course, that's the fabric we used in Oh So Delightful.
Yes.
And so using it in things like this, in fact, it's
I
even
was gonna
shown
say,
in a
isn't
few
this a
pieces
vintage
right
Flora
there,
fabric?
right? Yeah, there's some fun ones. So
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful fabric.
that's kind of an idea. I would love to hear what you guys think you could do with this as a gift. And while you're answering that, oh, it looks like we've got some answers here. Bloom where you're planted. That's fun, Donna. Love that.
Here's a cute one too.
Oh,
I'm so glad you're in my block of friends.
oh, I
That's
love-
very
okay,
cute.
Where did that one go? Oh, here we go. Marge, I'm so glad you're in my block of friends. Oh my goodness.
I'd love to stick with you.
Yes.
That's adorable.
So I'm going to get set up for my
Yeah.
portion of this so long. You guys, if you wouldn't mind, all you do is just you click here.
Oh, that's a cute one too. You make my
then
heart bloom.
I love that, Barbara.
So
And then you
fun.
can click it again to take it off.
Okay, let's
So
see
you
what else
guys
we
share
got
some
here.
thoughts there while I
I
get
love
set
the
up.
idea of making mug rugs. Someone
Yeah.
says they are a mug rug. Let's see who we got here.
Oh, I'm a mug rug addict. I love it. Deidre, just down one, says, thanks for helping me bloom and then give it to a teacher gift. What a great
I
Oh,
love
I
that.
love that. Oh, here's another cute one. I like this one.
Oh, a forever rose for a forever friend. Oh, you guys are going to make me cry.
I know, this
You
is
are
so
your friends.
tender.
I want to be friends with all of you. Can
Yes.
I be your friend?
Yes,
Can
there's
we
some
make
great.
friends together.
I
Okay,
love
I think I'm
these.
ready.
Okay,
Wow.
good. Here, we'll do one
While
more
I'm
while,
doing
while
that-
Andrew's switching cameras.
Ginger, would you mind seeing upstairs
You
if
make
there's a
my
water
heart
soluble
bloom
pin
with love.
or the fabric folding pin?
The fabric.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So here's where I'm going to talk about the pieced rose. I actually am going to start out just right from the start with one of our pre-cut pieces of the light mesh cutaway stabilizer and put that onto the machine. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is actually how I combined the designs because this is going to be a little bit different than what Ginger showed, just slightly. Okay. So here's the directions. You see that? There we go. Here's the directions for the piece rose. This is on page 14. All right. Now you're going to notice that you have some choices to make. You could do your block by block quilting here, or you can just, if you're not going to do block by block quilting with the optional background quilting files, then you go right into the hooping instructions, which starts right here. Okay, but because I'm choosing to do block by block quilting, meaning I'm going to do my background quilting on top of my rows. In fact, can I get that pin cushion too real quick? I want this combined together because you can see my quilting is on top of the piecing, right? I'm going to show you how easy that is to do. I'm going to look here and it says, see the piece blocks quilting instructions on page 39. Okay, so I'm going to go to page 39, and this is where I can find that anytime I'm going to do piece blocks with quilting on top, this is how I do it. Right here, it says following the machine manufacturer instructions, you're going to load both the quilting design and the pieced file, that's the pieced rows, with the pieced design on top. What does that look like? Let me show you. All right, so I'm going to find the background quilting file. How do I know which one it is? It tells me right here. Okay.
Kim, they're saying your mic is cutting out.
Okay. Is this any better? Hello, hello. Okay, let's try that. Does that help?
Does the sound better now?
Any sound better?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so are we on the screen here?
Yep.
You
Okay,
are.
perfect. So on the block by block quilting instructions, it will tell me what design I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm going to do the rows and I'm going to do the design 165 and it's the 4x4. All right, easy enough. I'm going to go to my quilting bundle here and then I'm going to look up the design of 165. I'm going to click on embroidery files. And then I want to do block by block. Now there is the clear blue tiles there as well. But because I'm doing block by block quilting, which means, and I know that because it says it block by block, I'm going to click on block by block, which is going to give me the ability to have my stabilizer or my batting cut, and it's not going to be in my
Oh,
my
we're getting
scene.
some still static in
Okay,
Kim's
Andrew's
audio.
on
Andrew's on it.
He's setting us up the big mic.
All
We're not
right.
messing around anymore.
Sorry, you guys,
Okay.
this is the hard part about doing live video.
Right? So I am going, should I continue?
I think a minute. They're saying static and it's crackling and that it's cutting in and out. So I would say
Oh.
wait a moment.
Okay, let's wait just a minute then. In the meantime, are there questions that you guys can help answer? Or?
I love that Kathy responded to us and said, we are all friends.
Aww.
This is her comment to Ginger asking if we could be friends.
You're right.
I love it.
I love that.
There's some other comments. They said the roses would look good on a bag. Peggy N sent that suggestion.
That would be fun.
We have,
Try it.
okay.
Okay, is this better?
How about this mic?
Should I turn off the other mic?
Yeah, let's turn off the other mic.
Okay.
You can just mute the other mic.
Okay, we have a question for you, Kim. Do you quilt after piecing the roses so the quilting is on top?
Yes, and I'm going to show you how easy that is.
Sounds better.
Okay, yes, better.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay, good.
better with an exclamation point.
We like that for sure. Okay, so just as a recap, I'm on page 39, learning about how to combine my quilting with a pieced block. Do you see that there? Okay, so I'm on my screen and I pull up the 4x4 design. And just like Ginger did, I'm going to hit set. Then I'm going to hit add. Again, all machines are going to be a little bit different, but very similar enough that you'll be able to tell how to add a design. I'm going to go back to where my design files are, and now I'm going to find the pieced rows. Now it looks really funky on the screen because right now it looks like just a whole lot of lines, but I promise you, you'll recognize it here as the fabric comes together. It's so much fun. Okay, now I'm going to hit set. And now that process has combined those two designs, okay? Now that those are combined, I can hit embroidery. Now, the other thing you can do is if you don't have that ability to do it on your machine itself, you can do it through software and combine the two designs in software and then bring it to your machine. Or you can stitch it out one first and then the other. So there are options, okay? Now, if we're looking back at our instructions on page 39, it says that we're going to stitch the batting placement line. Again, this is for any block that is a pieced block. Okay, it's pieced and it's quilted on top. All right, this applies for anything. So I'm going to stitch my batting placement line first. Can we see the hoop? All right. Oh, here we go.
I wish we could show you a behind the scenes camera. You can see Andrew running around.
He's getting his workout in today.
Right? Okay, now that I've stitched the batting placement line, I can now lay a piece of batting, project batting, on top of it. Now you're just going to make sure that your batting piece is larger than your block. A good rule of thumb, well, the first idea is that there is part of the download, you're going to have a chart that will tell you what to cut the batting at. But if you're just like, you know what, I just need to make it larger, my rule of thumb is whatever your finished block size is, in this case, the finished size is 4x4, it tells you right there, then I just cut an inch larger. So this is a 5x5 inch piece of batting. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do, again, according to my instructions right here, is stitch the batting tack down line. All right. So this is going to go around 2 times.
Do you have another would you rather?
Let's see. We are going to find some more questions here while we. Okay, how about this one?
Hey.
Would you rather stitch all night, stay up late and stitch, or would you rather stitch all day? What would you rather do, Ginger?
Probably stitch all day because I am not so much a night owl anymore. Back in my day, I would have been a night owl, but now, now I think mistakes would get made if I were up all night.
My brain shuts off at a certain time.
I wouldn't be able to read. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I love it. What do you guys think? What would your preference be?
Oh, several of them are saying I'm a night owl.
Oh, and we have a stitch all day, lots of all days.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, I think Kim is ready to show you the next step.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, showing it right here, because I want you to be able to see it on the instructions and then what I do as well. Let's see, right here. Okay, is that I am trimming the batting close to the stitch line. What that does is that it's going to eliminate the batting from the seams so that you don't have extra bulk, which is really, really nice. So I'm just going to quickly trim that up. And this next step is very, very important. Okay. How close can we get to this next this next one? Because I don't want you to miss it. Now, normally what we would do is we'd continue on with your background quilting, right? Just like Ginger had talked about. But instead, after doing that trimming, we're actually going to skip to the machine step that stitches the piecing template. Okay, so that is going to stitch on top of your batting. This is why I circled it. I want you to skip that. So let's go ahead and go over here to the machine. And I'm going to use my feature to skip ahead. Now in this little box, you're going to see exactly where the piecing template starts. So I'm going to skip here. I skipped to 4. I went to 5. Notice that that is background quilting. We don't want that yet. We want to actually piece our rows first, right? So then I'm going to go to the piecing template. It looks really funky right now, but this is what you're going to stitch. All right. So again, on my instructions, I'm right here. I'm skipping to the machine step. This is what it looks like. It looks like a bunch of lines that will eventually be a rose, and I'm going to stitch that right on top of my batting. Okay. While I do that, are there more answers to your would you rather question?
Well, I think a lot of them are being sneaky and they're saying, I want to stitch all day and then all night. The night.
Yeah.
So pretty much they just want to sew around the clock,
Yeah.
which I love.
I love this one. I'd rather stitch all day, assuming someone else is cooking and bringing me food and drink.
Yes, Sue,
So
I agree.
My kind of girl.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Oh, and then someone, Anastasia, says, depends on the weather, but all day on a rainy day.
Ooh, yes.
Today sounds like a good day here in Utah to be stitching all
Yes,
day.
absolutely. Here's one from Terry that says, I'd rather stitch all night because there are less interruptions.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Gail's speaking my language. All day, my brain shuts off at 10.
Mine does too.
You're lucky to make it to 10. Mine's usually 9.
Yeah. Okay. This is something Kim and I were actually talking about the other day, this question.
Yes.
What way of thread do you prefer for the bobbin in the background quilting? Kim, which way of bobbin do you prefer when you're doing background quilting?
It really depends on your machine.
Yep.
So I would just go to your user manual and find out what they suggest. But usually a machine will take like a 60 or a 90. And so it really is just whatever your machine suggests is what the bobbin you'd want to use.
Here's another great question. Can we use fabric scraps from our quilts, or is that too thick?
Yes, absolutely. Use fabric scraps from your quilt.
Yes.
That would be really fun.
Yes.
I like it.
Okay, are we ready to get over to this up close hoop? Let's show this. Can you see those lines on there?
Yes, very good.
Okay, perfect. So this is my background, or this is what's going to end up being my piecing template for my rows. Now, it looks kind of funny right now. It's all going to make sense here very quickly. But I want you to notice, first of all, that it says on page 39 again, to continue following the embroidery instructions until the block is complete. Don't remove it after it's complete. That's important. So let's go back to our embroidery instructions. We're back here at the rows. We've already set ourselves up for doing background quilting here because of the steps I just showed you. But I want you to notice how my template here matches the template right here, right? And the very first thing I want to do is place my piece 1 fabric with the right side facing up, completely covering section 1. How do I know what is section 1? Well, I can go over here and see that it's labeled. It's kind of like painting by number, right? That's kind of fun. Right there is section 1. So I know I need to cover up that same area right here. And notice it said with the right side of the fabric facing up. All right. So I've already cut my pieces of fabric. I'm going to do this one in purples. And I'm going to place that again with the right side facing up, making sure that entire area is covered. All right. There we go. Now it's going to stitch my first stitch, which is called the trimming and placement line, getting ready for the second piece. So let me go ahead and share how that's done. Put my foot down, and it's going to stitch out that line. Now, if you'll notice, the next step, it says trim the fabric close to the stitch line. All that excess fabric that's above that stitch line, that's what I'm trimming away. So let's go ahead and do that.
Kim, here's a really good question.
Uh-huh.
Sylvie asked, could you number the template with disappearing pen or marker, like a water-soluble marker or pen?
Oh,
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Is that Sybil that said that?
Sylvie.
Sylvie?
Is it-
Yeah,
maybe it's
I love that idea. Absolutely.
I think that's a great idea too.
Okay. So now I've trimmed it up. So now it says to take the piece 2 fabric and place it now with the right side facing down along one long edge centered on that placement line. Okay. So really simply, I've already trimmed it up. This is the line I'm going to place my next piece of fabric down onto. Okay. And I'm just going to center it along that line and put it back on the machine. And now it's going to give you the perfect 1/4 inch. Let's go ahead and do that. How many of you have ever done paper piecing? If you've ever done paper piecing, this is like 10 times better because now the embroidery machine is doing it for you, and you just have to place your fabrics and then and line things up. It's super simple. Okay. Do you notice that stitch line right there? That matches, of course, the stitch line in step number 7 on my instructions, right? Now, the next thing I want to do is flip this over and press it, but I'm going to give you a little tip here. If I take what we call a fabric folding pin, this is a pin that Clover, the company Clover produces. There's a little bit of a liquid starch inside that pin. Now, all I have to do is run it like a pin across that stitch line. It gives it just enough to be able to fold up my fabric and give it a gentle pressing. And now it's as if I took it to an ironing board. I love this tool for that very reason, because I never have to have a hot iron to it. I can just fold it up and then do my next stitch. Okay. So now if we again look at my instructions, I just did step number 7 and actually 8. You see there's a little iron in the corner, a little iron icon. That means that yes, you would either iron it up or you would do what I just did with a fabric folding pin and turn it up that way. All right. Now I'm going to go to step number 9 here, which is the next trimming and placement line. That's going to give me a vertical stitch line going down. So let me show you on the machine how that's done, what that looks like.
We have lots of comments, Kim, that saying this is so much better than the standard paper piecing.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
And lots of people really are interested in the pen.
Yeah, quilt shops all over sell this pen. It's only a few dollars, and it is a lifesaver. I use it all the time. I have 2 or 3 at home because I don't want to miss it. Okay, so I want you to take a closer look at where I'm at in the instructions and what it looks like here in person. So the instructions now tell me that I'm going to trim the fabric close to the stitch line that just barely stitched. Well, do you see that stitch line? That's where I'm trimming it up against. So let me use my duckbill scissors here. I love it because these Kimberbell duckbills get really, really close. Okay, so I'm just trimming up that extra fabric. And now because I did that, I know where to place my next piece of fabric. Let's look over here. I'm going to take piece 3 fabric, and I'm going to again place it right side down. and then it'll stitch my 1/4 inch, and then I flip it over. Now, one thing I want to mention before I go too much further is that I noticed, I think it was just this morning, that there was a gal on the Kimber Bellas and Fellas page that gave a really great tip. So I want to share that with you. And now her name has left me, but go to Kimber Bellas and Fellas. And I thought this was a great tip. She takes like a little arrow, a sticky arrow, and I didn't have a sticky arrow, so I just took a little piece of a Post-it note and drew an arrow. And to help her remember where she's at, because all of these lines start to look a lot alike, she takes that sticky arrow Post-it note and then moves it from place to place. So that was a brilliant tip that she gave. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to share it now with you guys. Is that, again, if you're wondering, gosh, where am I at in my directions, just move it along as you go. I think that was really smart. Okay, so now I know I'm going to take my piece number 3 fabric and place it with the right side facing down right along that line that I just stitched. Okay. And I'm just centering it along that line. I'm not going to try to match it up one side to the other. I'm just making sure that that line is centered. And then I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to start the machine where it's going to do the perfect 1/4 inch. Okay. All right. Again, with this fabric folding pin, I'm just going to run it right along that seam line. And then fold it up and press with my fingers. Okay. Let's do one more, and then through the magic of television, I've got one almost already done. So here's the stitch line. I'm on piece 4. And as you can see, it's going to go right across here. Then I'm going to trim up the excess. I'm going to lay my next piece of fabric with the right side facing down. I'm going to stitch that perfect 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to flip it with the right side of the fabric facing up. All right, so let's do that. Again, I'm trimming right up against that stitch line. Okay. Now, you may get some little bumps in the road, I call them, and that's because this is what I'm talking about. When you go to stitch or when you go to cut, sometimes a stitch line from a previous one extends into that. No big deal. Just keep cutting and go around that little bump in the road and then continue cutting across. That little bump is going to be hidden in your seam. So don't worry about when those kinds of things happen, because they will happen. All right, and then the next one is my fabric with the right side facing down. I'm placing it right up against that stitch line, and then I'm going to stitch and flip. All right. I'm getting excited. I want to go right to it, right? All right. So now I'm just going to run that along there and flip and press. Now this is so fun to see come to fruition, because in a minute it's finally going to start looking like a rose. It doesn't look like that so much right now, but trust the process and it will. Now I've already done my basic rose. This is all the steps that it took to do this rose. You can see the fabrics are much larger. The final step in doing this rose is actually going to give me a tack down line so it all stays together. But that's when I'm also going to show you how to then go back to do your background quilting on top. Okay, so right now I'm going to skip ahead. I'm just skipping through the steps till I get to my very final step, which is that tack down line.
Kim, a couple people are asking what the name of the pen is. If you could tell them what that pen is called.
It's
again.
by the company Clover, and it's called the Fabric Folding Pen. Okay, so pretend like I was just doing, I did all the piecing just like I did here. I would continue that process of stitching it and flipping it. Now I'm going to do a tack down line around the entire outer square. That is actually the final step. Let's go back to these instructions so you see where I'm at. I went through all of these steps, right? And it says to stitch the outer tack down line. But here I want you to notice that I put an X through this part where it says remove the block from the hoop. I did that because these are instructions as if you didn't do background quilting, right? So you would normally remove the block from the hoop. But because I chose to do background quilting, I don't want to remove it yet, because after I do that final stitch, I actually want to go back and find the background quilting. Got it? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that final stitch, which is just going to give you a nice tack down all the way on all four sides. And then we'll do the background quilting. Okay, that's just another minute here. A few seconds. Okay, so I did that final step. It was the step was final, or was step 37. And normally I might go, oh, good, I'm done. And I take it out of the hoop. But wait, we have to do the background quilting on it, right? And we already programmed it into our machine with the steps I showed at the beginning. So let's look at, again, I'm on page 39. This is the directions for doing any quilting on top of a pieced block. Okay, so I'm down here where it says do not remove the block from the hoop. Yep, I didn't. It's right there, ready for me to do the background quilting. Now it says return to the machine step that stitches the quilting design, and now that is going to stitch on top of that rose. I'm going to keep the thread yellow so you can see it even better, but let's go over here to my screen, okay, where I'm going to now skip ahead to the step that shows all that cute background quilting. Right there. There it is, guys. The butterfly, the watering can, the flowers. Oh, it is just too cute. That is my final thing that I'm going to do. So I'm going to put my foot down, and now I'm going to stitch the background quilting. This is just an awesome way to do quilting on your embroidery machine, all in the hoop. After this is done, I'm actually going to show you how I finished this pin cushion all in the hoop with the backing as well. So hold tight, because as soon as this is done, I'm going to show you how easy it was to put that backing on in the hoop as well. Isn't it fun just to watch this? It's kind of mesmerizing, isn't it? Just to see it do its thing. You'll notice it doesn't go all the way to the edge because that is our seam line, but enough that you're going to have an all-over quilting effect to it, which is so fun. It's almost done. All right. If you want to take some notes, I'm going to give you some notes right here to add to your download. If you want to do this pin cushion, okay? All right, I'm done with my quilting. Let me show you how cute it is. Ah, I love it. You see the butterfly, you see the flowers, you see the swirls, all of it. The watering can is just too stinking cute. But I'm going to give you a little tip, a little trick here. And again, if you want to take notes, this is what I wrote in my notes so that I would remember what to do. So again, I didn't remove the block from the hoop quite yet. I wanted to do my quilting first. So you're going to find your quilting stitch and do that. Then I wanted to make the pincushion all in the hoop. And I did that with an envelope style closure. All right. Well, how did I do that? Well, I took 2 pieces of fabric, here's my notes, and I cut them at 4.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I did that because this is a 4.5 inch square, okay, that will, once you sew it, it'll be 4 inches, but that gives you enough room for the seam. So 2 blocks of 4.5 inches by 5.5 inches. Here they are. And I just folded them in half with the wrong sides together and pressed it. The reason for doing this is because look, this is 4.5 inches across. This is 4.5 inches across. I'm going to line it up right there at that line. Same with this one. I folded it in half and I'm putting my folded edges towards the center. I line this up 4.5 inches across. And now I've got this fun envelope style closure, right? Well, I want to make sure that this stays in place for my final step. This is just my little trick. It's not in the instructions. This is just my little tip for you. In order for that presser foot not to catch on that fold, because again, this is going to be envelope style closure. Thank you, Andrew. An envelope style closure. I'm going to take my Kimberbell paper tape and I'm going to tape it all the way across that seam line. All right, right there. And I might take a couple more pieces just to put at the top and the bottom so that fabric doesn't shift when I stitch it. Okay, now here's what I want you to do. This is so fun. Skip to step 2. Remember what step 2 was? That was the batting tack down line. Do you remember that batting tack down line at the very beginning went down 2 times? That's perfect because that's what I want it to do here. So I'm going to go back to my machine and I'm going to find step number 2. Again, it was the batting tack down line. And it is the same stitch that I would want that's going to give me a 1/4 inch seam on all 4 sides. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll be done. Again, this is only optional if you want to make the pincushion. All right. If you just want the block itself, don't worry about all of this. But if you want to make that pincushion in the hoop and never have to take it to your sewing machine, this is what you're going to do. Isn't that fun? And easy, easy, easy. So it went around once. Now it's going to go around the second time. And then all I have to do is clip my corners, clip around the outside edge, and undo my tape, and then I can turn it right side out, and I've got a pincushion. So I'm going to go ahead and do that over at the table with you guys. How's that?
Okay.
Okay. I miss my buddies here. Let's go back over here. All right. So there's the pincushion. Isn't that fun?
That
so
is fun, and that makes it so simple.
Oh, yeah.
What a
To
great
just
tip.
do it all in the hoop.
All in the hoop. I don't want to go to my sewing machine if I don't have
No,
to. Right?
I don't blame you.
Okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm just cutting around it that 1/4 inch on all 4 sides. And then I'm going to clip my corners. What I like to do with clipping the corners, let's get an up close of that, is I do it in a few different areas. I clip across at an angle and then just a little bit from that angle or from that corner out.
Oh, good tip.
Okay. So here we go. Now, if I was just doing this as part of my pillow itself, again, you're not doing all these extra steps that I'm showing you now, but I wanted to have a finished project at the end, right?
Yes.
Beyond just what was in that was in the pillow itself. Now I can remove this tape, and look, guys,
I'm so excited.
we've got another pincushion or sachet or
a mini
a
pillow.
mini pillow. Yeah, why not? Now we can turn it inside out. There we go. Yeah, Michelle, she says, I can make a pin cushion out of any block.
Yes.
you can.
Yes.
Exactly. This goes to show that it will work with anything. I love to take even just simple applique blocks from our applique downloads. And maybe some of you saw that I did something similar to this for Easter last year, but I showed it again this year, where I had a little bunny silhouette
It
and
was
a
so
chick
cute.
silhouette and made it a little mini pillow. And instead of a pin cushion, it just sat in, like as a little
It'd be so
decoration.
cute on the tier trays.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, yes. There it is. What do you
So
think?
fun.
And then of course I would do the leaf because you gotta add the leaf.
Oh,
the leaf
dimensional
just
leaf.
is the final
That's
touch.
So cute.
little
right?
dimensional.
Yes.
All right, Megan. Looks like you've got a question.
Yes.
Where can they find this, Kim? We have questions. They want it. Where do they get it?
Yeah, well, let's show the pillow again. This is
Yeah.
called Life is Better in Full Bloom. You can find
Yes.
it at kimberbell.com. Click on products, then go to digital downloads, and that's where you'll see it. Now, you're also, if you're interested in the background quilting, that is a separate purchase because it's
But
optional.
look at this, you guys.
But, oh,
Here's the watering can that she used.
yeah.
Let's see. Tilt it up a little bit.
that fun?
There we go. See, there's the watering can and the swirls and the flowers.
And this is the same
So
rose
fun.
block, but just now done as a
Into
finished project. And now you can just stuff it with like walnut shells or with stuffing like I did
Mhm.
and
yeah.
put pins in it,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, now
Love
I've got to show you
that.
as we end because we're getting close to being done, right?
Yes, we
I've
are.
got to show you one
As
more
much
thing.
fun as we're having.
Yeah, we could do this all day.
We could.
And
We
we
could.
have before, right? But I have to show you one other idea that I kind of did a sneak peek yesterday on What's New Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, you
Because
guys.
I was dying when we got together. This was what the plan was, and then I was like, "Oh no!"
But wait.
But wait, we gotta do more.
There's
because
more. Yeah.
The
That's not
scrap
enough.
fabric. We gotta love scrap fabric. Okay, it's not totally done yet, so
We couldn't stand not to show you.
you guys, I tried my darndest to get it done. But some life got in the way. But
Yes.
I will, when it's all finished, I will show it. I'll post some pictures or
Okay.
something. But in the meantime, you can see most of it done. And that is, let's show the quilt, the block
Block
itself.
first.
Okay, so this is the pillow, right?
Oh, whoops.
But
The
this,
Dresden block
where's the
Over there.
Dresden?
Oh, over here.
Okay, it's a Dresden floral
Flower.
block, right?
So this
You can see
one,
some cute
right
leaves
here.
on there. All right, now let's go ahead and show.
You guys,
What I
you're
did.
gonna die.
You are gonna die.
I'm
That's
so excited.
so
I gotta get all this stuff out of the way because
Okay.
I want nothing to distract from how glorious this is.
I did decide to do a table runner.
Are you guys ready for this?
Okay,
you guys
and
ready?
this is a stash buster too. A lot of you
Yes.
have been talking about.
This was, I just did 7 of these flower blocks. It's exactly the instructions that are in the download, but just did 7 of them. Quilted them in the hoop. There's a little bit of Kimberbell Flexi foam. Let's see if we can get some up
Some
close
of the
of this.
centers.
Yeah,
In the center so it pops. And there you have it. Each one of these blocks is quilted differently. I did some with the watering cans and then others with like a geometric design and another with a watering can and another with a geometric design. And as you can see, it is scrap happy.
It is, but it's so
fun.
cute.
So I haven't put the binding on it yet, as you can tell, but there you have it. And then where did our little leaves go?
They're right up here, or they were right up here.
They were.
They were with this blooming.
Okay, our little leaves are
Oh,
somewhere.
they're right here.
Oh,
Just a minute.
you got to see the leaves. So the actual block
Let me just lay on
itself,
you for a minute.
that's okay. Um,
The leaf stitched on like
Yeah.
this right here.
that is the block that comes with the pillow, right?
This one.
But then I was like, you know what? Every
We need
other one, I want to have
Yes.
dimension.
Yes.
You know me.
Mm-hmm.
You know me.
You just love
So,
the little extras. Okay,
this
you hold
is-
that one.
This is the little leaf that
You
came
hold
from
this
the
one.
rose,
Okay.
right? That came from the pincushion, that came from the
Oh my
rose.
God.
And on the machine, I just skipped ahead
to not do the leaves. I did just the stem. It's all one color step. So you just need to watch your machine. The leaves stitch out first, I believe, if I remember right. So I just had to skip my my stitches ahead to get to just the stem, and every other one I'm going to add this dimensional leaf. Now, do you want to see something even cuter? You guys,
Stop it.
Just wait.
I don't know
Just
how it will
wait.
get cuter.
I know. It's hard to even imagine, you guys.
you know, we have these
should turn them
chunky
Bees,
bees
and mushrooms.
that came from
These
spring
are
showers,
yes.
right?
Oh, and look, we've got
Flowers, yes.
ladybugs too. We don't want to leave out the
We've got
ladybugs.
the little, yes, oh yes, the ladybug and the chunky bees. You can buy these separately, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have to buy the entire embellishment kit for these bees and mushrooms.
Yes.
Or maybe you already have some. And then, oh, the
Look at the
ladybug, they're
ladybug.
wool felted
Look how
mushrooms
cute. Look at
and
those little
bees.
eyes looking at you.
So, come on. I have got
Look
to
at this.
put these bees flying all across it when it's all said and done, and
Mhm.
maybe like a little mushroom down here by a flower.
Oh, so cute.
Just
How
adds that
cute
next
would that
level to
be?
it.
See,
right?
well, and Kim,
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, you call this a table runner, but
Uh-huh.
with all those chunky bees and mushrooms
Yes.
and stuff, wouldn't that be so cute in a frame?
Yes. Oh gosh, now maybe I'll change my mind.
I do want to put it on my
The
table. where
possibilities are endless.
It gets hidden, all these fun
You're
little
right.
details.
Oh gosh, yes. Maybe it needs to be like right in my entryway. or
Yes.
something,
That would be
right?
Yes.
so fun. Yes.
Okay, now
So lots of
quickly,
fun ideas.
how did I do the border? You guys, this is not rocket science. You can see it's so scrappy. I literally just grabbed a bunch of scrap fabric, cut it in 2.5-inch widths. And then, so there was no rhyme or reason.
Yeah,
guys.
and it's perfect.
There's long, there's short, there's shorter, there's
little.
longer, there's like medium lengths. Nothing is measured
No.
except that
The
it was
two.
a 2.5-inch width.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I did block by block quilting with the borders. So
Oh,
this
perfect.
design,
It's all the
this
way
spiral
around.
design, can we get up close to that? Because it's so stinking cute.
It is
This
so
actually
cute.
comes with the clear blue tile set.
Oh, it does. That's
Yeah.
a part of
And
that.
I
Oh.
love
used
it.
the 2-inch width border and then just did it across.
Oh,
That's
I think
all
we have
did.
another
Yep,
question.
See,
All
Megan's-
I did. Megan, what you got for us?
Where can we get these chunky bees?
I
I
know.
know.
You
at
guys.
quilt shops.
At your
At
favorite
quilt
quilt shop.
shops. They've got them online, in person, in store or online.
Mhm.
You guys.
They're called Kimberbell.
Chonky bees.
No, I
They're
They're the
wool
Kimberbell
felt mushrooms and
Bugs
bees.
and mushrooms.
Bugs and
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
You
There we
got it.
go. There we go.
Wool felt bugs,
Bugs.
and mushrooms
Yep.
because you have more than one bug. You have
Yes.
a bee and you have
The ladybug.
Those
The
cute little
ladybug.
ladybugs.
And there's a little
my
baby
gosh.
ladybug too.
oh my gosh,
There's-
yes there is.
And I think the bees are in a couple of
if-
different sizes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now
Oh, you could put the little leaf.
okay, let's grab the pincushion. Now I'm thinking, what about putting
Oh
the
yes.
That would be
little
adorable.
one of the ladybugs on the
The
dimensional
little baby
leaf?
ladybug.
Let's look at that one. What? Okay, that would be cute.
Oh, that would be adorable.
Now I want more of these. Okay, now I gotta have them all. Okay, well,
I know where you
those-
can get
those
some,
might
Kim.
sell
I
out. Okay, and then look at the mushrooms. There's like little blue,
Blue.
little baby blue mushrooms and little red
Red.
mushrooms, and the bees. Oh my gosh,
Mhm. I know they're just
They're just
so
cute.
fun.
how fun!
They
So
are.
fun.
And it just makes me happy. 'cause
But
it's-
again, I love this because it
Great.
just shows you that you're not limited to the pillow. You can take
Yes.
each of those elements
So
and
that
do
one more
something
time.
different
Can you
with
do
them.
a span across that. I will finish this. I promise by next What's New Wednesday.
She has a goal. She has a
I have
deadline.
goal. I will stitch in the ditch. A lot of people wonder about, how did now you put a backing on it
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
this is all quilted, right?
Right.
Already. So I would put another piece of batting behind it. And now I would stitch in the ditch, which means you're just stitching in between these
The
blocks.
seam lines.
There we go.
Just along the seams.
Just along the seams. Yep.
and then I will bind it. And oh my gosh, if I could find a frame for it.
I know, wouldn't that be so?
This might be a custom
It
job.
might
I know, it might be awesome.
because that would certainly be cute. But oh my goodness.
It's almost bench pillow
Yeah,
worthy.
there you go.
Almost.
All right, guys. Terry's asking, will this live be saved so we can watch again?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
You can find us on YouTube
Mhm.
and on our Facebook page.
Yep. All of
So, yeah,
Yeah,
We're everywhere.
we
there you
are.
go. Guys, I'd say let's go to lunch, but I get to have my eyes checked.
That's what I heard.
Oh, lucky.
I have an eye appointment. That sounds fun. Oh, lunch sounds a whole lot better. with friends,
Agreed.
right?
Agreed.
Well, I hope wherever you are in this big wide world that you are having a great day
Yes.
and that you could go to lunch.
Grab a
your
girlfriend.
friends,
Go to
yeah.
lunch.
Yeah.
Right? And sew and embroider and do all the things that make you happy.
All day, all night.
That's
It matters
right.
not.
We got some
I
good
agree.
questions out there. I loved it. All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone,
fun to see
today.
you guys
we hope
again.
you had a great time. And again, you can find us at kimberbell.com. Life is better in full bloom.
Oh,
I
let's show that one more
absolutely
time.
agree.
And it absolutely is.
Mhm.
Yep,
You
it
better
is.
believe it. It sure is. Live life to the fullest, right?
Yep, absolutely.
All
Even
right.
when it's snowing.
Even when it's snowing.
Yes.
Sad face.
Yes.
All right. Have a great day,
Thanks.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.